Liv Tyler's in it. She
I like
she
Liv
had a
Tyler.
creepy thing with her dad in one of those music videos. I don't know. It's one of those things.
She
I,
did
I
that.
wish
She
I had
did.
more.
Let's talk about strangers. Now this is funny because we already talked about this.
Yeah, that's why I didn't bring it up to you because I thought we talked about this already. But
We did, but I want to talk about another aspect of it because it's being suddenly reported over the past few days. The exact same thing that we said. There's a little bit more information about it, and we're going to talk about that. But pretty much the same thing. This is even the same background I used that we reported on 2 months ago, something like that. Now we
yeah,
already knew a few months back that The Strangers was getting 3 new movies. Not one, but 3 new Stranger movies. But that's all we knew. We didn't really know anything else. Just 3 new Strangers movies. Well, we've gotten some more information on that, and there's some headlines out there that I feel as if are being a bit disingenuous. So, a lot of the headlines are saying Strangers Remake is in the works. Strangers Remake, Strangers Remake. I keep seeing that. And it's being reported as a remake. This is not a remake. And in these articles, as you read them, because I saw that and I was like, oh, okay, they are remaking it. No, they're not. It's more or less the same story, but it got picked back up, I guess. And they even mention in the stories it's new. This is not a remake of the original film. This is new characters, new location, new everything. I mean, the 3 stranger characters are the same, characters, but it is not a remake of the first film. So I don't know why it keeps getting reported as a remake. That was one of the main things I wanted to put out there. Is no, they're not remaking this movie, but we do have a little bit of more details about it, including a somewhat of a story synopsis, and that will be new Strangers movie. Oh, by the way, also it's not only going to happen; it's already in production, pre-production. Post film, I don't know. I just know it's in. They say it is already in production, so it's happening. It's going to be directed by Rennie Harlan, which he was in talks last time we talked about this. There are still going to be 3 movies. It is not yet said if Harlan will be directing all 3, but he is definitely directing the first one, and he's working on it now. It's going to be starring Madeline Petsch, Petsch. I don't know if I pronounced that right. Froy Gutierrez and Gabrielle Basso. I am not familiar with any of these actors. I may have seen them at some point in time or something, but just based on their names, I don't know who they are, but they're in the movie. The new film will reportedly follow a woman and her boyfriend as they drive cross-country to the Pacific Northwest to start a new life. When their car breaks down in Oregon, they stop at an Airbnb and end up tormented by the 3 anonymous masked figures. There is, as of yet, there is not a release date for the new Strangers film. Now, I still haven't seen The Strangers since I last talked about this, but I know enough about it. I know what happens in the end. I know the basic premise. I'm actually more familiar with the real life story that it is very loosely based on. What are your thoughts on this information here, Nick? And does any of it differ from what you had to say the last time we talked about this?
No. Rennie Harlan's all you need to know about this film. That's all you need to know. It doesn't matter if Taraji B. Henson or anybody's won an Oscar would say Bradley Cooper was in this movie or Scott Speedman came back for it or something like that. Honestly, I'm not a fan of The Strangers. I watched it and I'm just like, yeah, Liv Tyler's in it. She
like
she had a
that.
creepy thing with her dad in one of those music videos. I don't know. It's one of those things. I wish
She
I had
did.
more to say on this. I just they can't get their shit straight. We don't need a remake for one. They should just continue the franchise. They did that with Paranormal Activity for some weird reason. So
Well, that they are
why.
saying that this is maybe not it is a continuate, or it's in the same world. It may not be a continuation in the way that, because I know there was a second one and we talked about this last time. I don't know what happened to the strangers in the second one. I know obviously they survived the first one. The stranger, those 3 characters, I don't know if they survived the second one or not. No idea. I haven't seen it. I heard most people said the general consensus is the second one wasn't that great, but it is, whether it is a direct sequel, like stuff from the first and second one affect this one or not. I don't think so. I think this is just going to be another story and has these 3 characters tormenting some people. So there's that. They're making 3 of these movies, which makes me wonder, does that mean that we know that all the Stranger characters are going to make it out of this one? Does that kind of deflate some of the tension? I don't know. But if you're a fan, and there are a lot of fans of the Strangers. I mean, I don't think they'd be making another one if there weren't fans. So I need to watch this movie because I still haven't seen it. And people are talking about it so much, and it comes up in conversation. I'm always just like, I don't know. But,
well, here I got a couple of things for you. One, the producer is Roy Lee, who is a pretty famous producer at this point. He actually did produce Barbarian, so it could be cool. Ooh. And the second one is directed by Johannes Roberts, who directed Raccoon City.
Oh no, yeah.
So I'm sure Rennie Harlan is going to be a much better step up than Johannes Roberts.
Now Rennie Harlan has his missteps in his career as well, and he definitely has his style. But you know what? His style works for the right movie. Like Deep Blue Sea worked great. Cutthroat Island, not so much. But was it Cutthroat Island, the pirate one with Gina Davis?
Yeah, the one that ruined pirate movies for life.
Yeah,
until Pirates of the Caribbean. Yeah.
Well, anyway, I know it's not much information here with this story. That's a lot of the stories this week, but yeah, Rennie Harlan. I like Rennie Harlan, not because he made one of my favorites, Deep Blue Sea, but just I like Cliffhanger, stuff like that. I enjoy his movies. They are what they are. They're kind of mindless, dumb fun. So I'm going to have to sit down and watch the first one at least at some point, so that when this one comes out, I have a little bit more introspective on the whole Strangers world. But I guess I'm not going to say that I'm like just super psyched looking forward to this. I know some people are looking forward to more Strangers, and more power to you. I'm not saying I'm not. I just don't have, I'm kind of nothing on it because I haven't seen the original, so I don't have anything to play off of. But if you are a big Strangers fan, as I already reported a while back, you're getting more Strangers action. And it will not be a remake. It will be a continuation, and Rennie Harlan is going to be adding his brand of mania to this crazy story or crazy world. Let us know in the comments below if you're looking forward to it.